Being fat is not a sin. Being fat is not ugly, but being fat is unhealthy. Hello, YouTube! Welcome back. I know it's been a while since I've last posted, but I've been taking some time off at Lombok and Bali, Indonesia to take care of myself. So in today's video, I will be talking about the Amazon documentary Fat-Topia. I think it's a great representation of what the fat acceptance movement is and how it can be harmful or even toxic for people who are very involved in it. I know that I'm late to this whole conversation, but I felt it was necessary to talk about this and give my opinion as a personal trainer.
Warning: although it is not my intention to hurt any individual, this video has the potential to be offensive. If you are easily triggered, please click out. Thank you.
So let's get started on the first video.
Try living in a world where you are constantly anxious about being abused for taking up space on public transport, worried that you'll be humiliated by breaking a tiny seat in a restaurant, humiliated every time you go to the doctors and they ask you if you've considered losing weight.
To this, I am so sorry that anyone has to feel this way about the society that they live in. Nobody deserves to feel this way. And despite the fact that I've never actually been significantly overweight, I myself have been ridiculed for being fat and ugly at the age of 10. People paired me with the biggest guy in class because of our perceived weight. The best part is I was actually clinically underweight, but people didn't accept that. So given my experience with maltreatment, I can't possibly imagine how much worse it would have been for these people.
But I mean, isn't that the doctor's job? If they have health concerns about you, shouldn't they tell you about that?
So you presume they could tell someone is healthy just by looking at them?
I mean, if someone's morbidly obese, wouldn't that be somewhat of an indicator?
I think you should just read into things a lot more and then you'll understand how naively salacious you are. We just want to exist. What part of that do you not understand?
I totally understand that, and the idea that I wouldn't want you to exist is completely ludicrous.
Now, one thing I have a problem with from this clip is that people are so convinced that doctors are telling them to lose weight because of fat phobia. I don't think that a doctor telling their clients to lose weight because of their health concerns would ever be considered fat phobia. I know for a fact that whenever I had relatives that were unhealthy, I didn't tell them to lose weight because of the fact that I didn't like how they looked. In fact, I think they look beautiful. I think that people of any weight can look beautiful. It doesn't matter. The weight part doesn't matter. What actually matters is the health, and doctors are telling their patients to lose weight because they genuinely care. And I think that if doctors are telling their patients to lose weight purely because they care about them, I think this is the best form of fat acceptance there could ever be, because they genuinely do appreciate and care about this population. Also, as much as it is denied, countless of scientific literature and articles constantly show the negative effects of weight gain, of obesity in particular.
Fat can kill you.
And none of these health concerns are things that should be looked upon lightly. It will shorten lifespan and it will make quality of life horrible.
See, that's something I 100% agree with. People shouldn't abuse you because you're fat. People shouldn't abuse anyone. But is the answer to settle for a healthy mind and a healthy body, or should we look to encourage people to improve both?
Privilege, privilege, privilege. Right, I think I'm done. You support diet culture and hate speech and represent what's wrong with the social attitude towards fat acceptance.
Now, when I saw this video clip, my heart actually did go out for this anonymous speaker. Because while this person was being so aggressive, I felt the anger and I felt where it was coming from. This person is speaking from horrible experiences in the past, from discrimination because of his or her weight. And this is never okay. But we do need to acknowledge how people do tend to lash out and get angry when they don't have anything better to say. I think that this person is in denial, and denial is not going to help this person at all, or whoever is following this whole idea of fat acceptance. Being fat is not a sin. Being fat is not ugly, but being fat is unhealthy, and this really needs to get across to people. I also wanted to add the fact that while this anonymous person was attacking Luke Simpson, people like Luke Simpson are coming from an area of concern and genuine care. If you are part of the fat acceptance movement, look at what you're doing. You're fighting against the people who are actually there to support you. You're fighting against the people who actually do care about you. The people who are spouting the fat acceptance nonsense about how it's healthy to be at any size, those people don't care. They just want the fame. They just want to be in denial because it's easier for them to believe that. But this is harmful. This is toxic. This is not going to do any good for you.
People genuinely believe that fat people deserve to be miserable, dead, unhappy, unsuccessful, and unlovable.
Now, I am so upset to see how this person has been so hurt by society. This person has been so mistreated that this person genuinely thinks that thin people are out to get her and they wish misery and death upon her. As an average member of the society myself, I can't speak for everyone, but I do believe and hope that most people are coming from a good place and they genuinely do care and want you to be alive.
Thin privilege is an automatic privilege that someone has when they're thin. The examples before, they don't have to worry about not fitting in a chair at a restaurant. They don't have to worry about, they can do activities automatically without worrying, like bungee jumping. They don't have to worry about if the cable's going to support their weight. They don't have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about going to laser tag and making sure that the vest fits over them. They don't have to worry about fitting in this world because the world is built to fit them. Unlike overweight people, where the world is built for someone's smaller body, some places don't provide accommodations, and so automatically we are outed as not fitting into this environment. The world is built for thin people, and thin people automatically get the privilege to walk around and sit and wear whatever they want without, worrying about fitting in.
Now, the only thing I have to say about this is I don't actually believe in thin privilege. What I believe is that society is made for the average person. The society is made to accommodate the average shape. They physically can't accommodate for everybody. That would be like being angry that there aren't gloves for 6 fingers or 3 if you have an extra limb or if you're missing a few.
That was a pretty bad example, but I guess another example would be a tall person who can't fit into smaller spaces. We're not being tall phobic. It's just that those people are not accommodated for because they're above the average range of height.
The reality is that a normal state of living cannot be considered a privilege. Yes, there are people of different backgrounds, and there are metabolic syndromes that affect people and cause them to gain a lot of weight. But for the most part, a lot of people are in denial. They don't realize that this obesity is the result of their own actions and that they can reverse it as long as they try. There is a reason why you see so many videos of people gorging their mouths with food that they should be eating in a week in a single meal. The truth is, if you hate your quality of life right now, and if you feel like you are neglected, you have the ability to make changes to your own life to reverse whatever you're miserable about. It is within your power to do what's good for you and to live the life you desire and deserve.
It's about loving yourself as you are and accepting yourself as you are right now. That's kind of what I see it as. Some other people may see it differently, but I believe, like, if you want to lose weight, that's cool, but you can love yourself right now. You have to accept yourself right now. Because if you don't accept yourself right now, you're never going to accept yourself.
Yes, yes, finally, something that actually makes some sense in this documentary that is spoken by someone who is involved in the fat acceptance movement herself. In my opinion, fat acceptance is about loving yourself. You can love yourself regardless of whether you're fat or thin. You can love yourself at any size. But the thing is, if you really do love yourself, you need to be taking care of your body. You need to be taking care of the vessel you live in. Therefore, losing weight for better health is self-love. Denying the dangerous effects of obesity is the opposite of fat acceptance. Fat acceptance is self-love, loving yourself whether you're healthy or not. But you need to be making the effort to get healthier because you do love yourself. And while I'm on this topic, let me talk about something that I've been personally going through, which is actually quite the opposite of what I'm talking about. So I actually had to gain a lot of weight to recover my hormonal imbalances as a result of my very inappropriate way of bikini competition prepping. For me, it was hard to accept the fact that I had to gain weight. It was hard for me to look a certain way that I've been working against, because I've been working to get fitter. But you know why I did this? It's because of self-love. Sometimes you don't do things that you like to do just because you're in denial. You have to do things for yourself whether you like it or not. If it's healthy for you and if it's for you, for your own longevity, then that's the best practice of self-love.
And just not to make assumptions about people and to just accept, like, okay, that person's fat, but they're still a wonderful person. And being fat is not a bad thing.
So, I feel like this really needs to be stressed. Being fat is unhealthy. There are so many issues that you can get just from being obese. But yes, being fat does not make you a worse person. It doesn't reflect your character. We don't know what you've been through. And being fat does not make you ugly. Beauty is very, very subjective. Some people find really, really skinny girls who are actually unhealthy beautiful, but some people also find really, really big girls who are also unhealthy beautiful. Beauty is subjective, but health is not.
And for people to just look at us and think we're just waiting for a heart attack to happen is awful.
And yes, I think that it is awful. But I also have the same concerns for people who are anorexic or for people who are actually seemingly fit. Because for all we know, they could be suffering from osteoporosis or the loss of bone density from hypothalamic amenorrhea, which is the loss of your menstrual cycle as a result of the lack of energy for your activity.
I think there's a massive difference between fat shaming and encouraging healthy eating and exercise. I think healthy eating and exercise should be encouraged.
Can we stop here and say, yes, or hallelujah, yay, that's great, yes, yes.
But I'm not going to justify it, and I'm not going to make myself smaller in any way, be it in the size I occupy on planet Earth or the size I occupy in my world, so that a thin person feels better about themselves.
I am a little confused about this one. Why in the world would a thin person be happy if you lost weight? I mean, if there is another societally hot person, shouldn't this thin person actually feel insecure because there's another hotter person around them? I don't know. Also, I don't think that people quite understand why so many people enjoy seeing weight loss transformations. It actually has to do with being, number one, happy for someone else for becoming healthier, or number two, because it gives them the inspiration to become healthier themselves. It has nothing to do with appeasing society, because at the end of the day, you're doing this for yourself. You're doing whatever you can to live a better quality life. It doesn't have to do with anyone else.
So just remember we exist and start to create a physical world that can accommodate everyone.
Again, no physical world can accommodate everybody. It really can't. For instance, if you are super skinny, you're going to have a hard time finding clothes, and all the skinny girls out there can probably testify. I've never been that skinny, so I can't, but I know for sure that some people can't wear clothes, and especially tall people who tend to be really skinny, they can't find something that goes to their ankles that fits their waist. So that's another problem. Problem with curvy girls who are rather slim but have the curves. They can't wear something that fits their waist and fits their legs at the same time, so how is this any different? And then there are people who are born with dwarfism, and one person I know in particular is unable to drive because her feet physically can't reach the pedals of a car. Is this discrimination? No, it just happens to be that she doesn't fit the average society. But she's not angry about that. She still lives on. She still does her own thing.
Look at everyone as a person. Get to know them before you assume just anything about them. Because you don't know what they're capable of. You don't know what they've been through. And who knows, maybe you'll make a friend along the way and just learn a thing or two.
To this, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree that it is unacceptable to judge people based on their appearance. However, these thin people are being judged because of their weight as well. They judge them because they assume that this person has a life of convenience. But in reality, you don't know if this thin person used to be obese, and you don't know where this person came from. Maybe they had a similar past as you, maybe they didn't. Why are you judging these thin people? Okay. Sorry, my hands are getting... But yeah, that's pretty much my point. Don't judge others if you don't want them to judge you. It doesn't give you the right to judge these thin people because you're obese. Just like it doesn't give the thin people the right to judge obese people because of appearance, okay? Okay, so I'm done. Let's take a little break. I personally think that Luke Simpson did the best he could to bring in both sides of the argument and made a phenomenal documentary that looked at things at a more objective angle or perspective. I highly recommend that you check this out if you have any concerns for the direction humanity is going today. I, as a fitness professional, as well as a student pursuing a degree in exercise physiology, recognize the need to spread this awareness. If you made it this far into this video, thank you so much, and please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you liked my video, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, thank you.